won't necessarily lower housing prices, but it sends a message, and it sends a message out into the world saying that if you're going to park your cash in Canadian real estate, we don't have free parking.
It's no secret BC has a major housing crisis. The federal budget is putting its focus into housing affordability, but does the Canada-wide plan address the unique problems here in Metro Vancouver?
That part of the reason why real estate is as expensive as it is in Canada, and particularly in certain parts of Canada, is really the globalization of residential real estate in this country.
Proposed restrictions on foreign buyers in the budget probably perked the ears of many British Columbians. But experts warn it may not help BC as much as we hope. The restrictions aim to prohibit foreign commercial enterprises and people who are not Canadian citizens or permanent residents from acquiring non-recreational residential property in Canada for a period of 2 years. Andy Yan, the director of SFU's city program, says he's not impressed with the plan.
It's a moment through which we need duct tape, but we got cheesecloth. I think the ban itself, has a lot of loopholes. It has a lot of openings through which I think doesn't necessarily deal with the issue of foreign capital, which is, I think, more of what's shaping real estate in Canada as opposed to foreigners.
And he's not alone in that thinking.
I don't know that a ban on foreign buyers with a number of exemptions is going to do much on the market. When we look at other jurisdictions that have done this, like New Zealand, they've had runaway housing prices since announcing that as well. There's more at play than just that one issue.
Sarah Somerville with UBC's Sauder School of Business says there seems to be some redundancy in the federal protections being offered to British Columbians.
BC and Ontario already have fairly significant foreign buyers taxes in place. BC has a speculation and vacancy tax, and those steps did have an effect on the observed purchases by foreigners, by non-residents. So on top of that, there's not a lot of room for an additional effect because that observed piece of the problem is really, really small.
Tom Armstrong, Chief Executive Officer of the Cooperative Housing Federation of BC, is optimistic about the $1.5 billion in loans and funding being allocated to a national co-op housing strategy with the goal of developing 6,000 units. He feels this year's budget may have some more flexibility to cater to our province's unique needs than in the past.
There are some encouraging references to increased flexibility, and that is encouraging if they mean it. And if they do mean to be flexible enough to respond to the very different and unique housing conditions in the BC market, we'll be able to do a lot more with the federal money than we have in the early years of the National Housing Strategy.
Ashley Burr, City News.